Early on in our Rocket League careers, each and every player develops some pretty bad habits. Habits that are incredibly hard to break, especially if you don't realize the mistakes you're making. In today's video, we'll be diving into a replay in an attempt to expose some of these bad habits that it's best for you to eliminate from your game as soon as possible. Right here, this is all about aggression. We see this. My immediate assumption is, again, this space, as this ball rolls back to the corner, I want to take this away as much as possible. Because this guy, his objective as this ball rolls to the corner is he wants to take control of it. As I'm sure you do as well when you see a ball rolling into your corner, you're like, cool, I'll just let this roll, I'll take control, and we'll make something happen with it. What shuts that down is if you have an opponent right in your face when you're trying to take control of the ball. So I would literally be boosting and flipping, like, towards this. I'm going all the way to that corner and denying that space, because I also know that my teammate's going to be filling in behind me. So if I can cut down the space and maybe, like, if I cut down this space and force this guy to make a bad touch, maybe he just throws it off the wall back into the midfield and now my teammate can go for a shot. Because the other guy is nowhere to be seen. So if I make this guy awkward and get him to get rid of the ball, now we might have a shooting opportunity. But if I just sit here and wait, I'm giving this guy exactly what he wants, which is space to take control.
Okay, sick. That is a W, though.
Yeah, so yeah, cutting down space as often as possible. Now, you don't necessarily need to challenge, right? Because obviously we don't want to just yeet ourselves out of the play to do nothing. But getting really close, like up to this area, and then just drive challenging and faking it, works just as well. Because he's gonna do something if you're here.
Yeah.
So either you'll get a block because he hits it into you, or you'll just, like, chuck the ball away because you scare him. This is probably one of those times that I would recommend taking boost pads instead of the full boost. And again, that's because we want to avoid this side of the field if possible, because that's where our teammate's going. We don't need to go all the way over here, because that's unnecessary, but this would be a perfect opportunity for this line.
Okay.
Because you can pick up a ton of boost going down this way, and then as soon as you would need to turn, you can. Even if it's just a couple boost pads down. Like, you can probably go like 1, 2, 3, and then if your teammate's beaten your opponent, now you can just immediately turn back upfield, and you'd have like 60 boost to play with instead of going all the way back to the mid boost. Because if you do this, you've committed to going farther back than if you just went to this pad. So pads also give you an opportunity to turn back into the play earlier, just because they're often spaced out on the field to points that you can turn faster, as opposed to being all the way back. Obviously, it doesn't matter here because your teammate doesn't get the clear, but, you know, the more you know. Right here, we don't need to go for this corner boost. We got 50 boost, we can just move upfield. Just be able to apply pressure faster, instead of going all the way back over here for not much purpose. Be careful also of how much you're toggling off ball cam, because you're doing it a lot for really no reason. I'm not exactly sure what the point is, because like you're like ball cam off and back on for no reason there, off and back on for no reason there, off and back on for no reason there. Like, that's got to be partially disorienting, because like your focus is here, but the camera's like woo.
Yeah.
That's what your camera's doing. This is the camera.
See, I don't know what the point of it is anymore. At first, it was just, I'll spam Y at the start of the game and then make sure I'm locked on ball. But then, as of late, I've just started, like, double tapping Y every now and then just to, like, mess with the camera or something. So I've got something to do.
Yeah, not your best idea. Just chill. Just stay focused. Just chill. You don't need to do... Yeah. It's okay to be bored for a couple seconds in the middle of the game, because it just allows you to stay focused on what you need to be focused on.
Okay. Sick.
This is a little bit awkward. This one's tough because you got a ball that's bouncing fairly difficultly. If I was in this position, and I don't know how comfortable you are with catches, I would most likely try to just play this ball back to my own corner. Yeah, I would probably jump, like, get a similar touch to what you did, but instead of, like, back flipping it this way, I would just hit it that way.
Okay.
Just because that allows me to stay in contact. I also wouldn't rush to it. Because here's another fun fact. So a lot of people have this bad habit of the ball is going to the wall. I am also boosting towards the wall. Except now the ball is going to bounce back off the wall and now I'm too close to deal with it. So...
Oh, yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, just
That's kind of crazy, huh?
be careful of boosting at the wall when the ball is going towards the wall, because it is going to come back out. So if you give yourself a little bit more space here, you would have been able to make a more effective touch on this ball, as opposed to being way too close to it, which is where you ended up. Because you're going to be, like, right here, and, like, if you were a little bit further away, this is a much easier touch to make, as opposed to the ball, like, landing on you in a really awkward spot. So right here, this is a good touch. Just make sure that when you're going for these, you recover with your wheels back to the ground. Because you're going to end up spinning yourself out here with how you land. So when you go for these challenges next to the wall, we want to make sure that our wheels are landing on the ground, and if we need to, we're holding power slide. Because it will allow us to maintain our momentum and just continue on, instead of being spun out like this. Because we smack our nose against the wall, and then we just spin ourselves out. If you were holding power slide, even if you got yourself in this awkward situation, your momentum would still be carrying you this way. And then you could, like, jump off and still make contact on the ball, as opposed to coming to a dead stop here. Here, I would cut down this space as well. You don't have to challenge him, and just don't give him this free ball, because now there's just two of us defending the same thing. And you can see how awkward of a situation you get yourself in, as opposed to if you just went. Because imagine this, okay, he's going for the ball. If you just go at him, he's not going to try to take this light touch, because he's going to have you in his face, so he's just going to hit the ball forward. And then from there, I'll be able to come out of the net and get the touch, as opposed to both of us being in the net as this guy's controlling the ball towards us. Again, we can go a little bit faster here. This is where looking at your opponents is important. Look at how he's landed. He's in the same situation you were in that other corner. He's completely stalled.
Spun out.
Yeah, and we'll go back and watch it again. Just watch him spin out as he goes for this ball. Boom. Dead stop. He's boosting in the wrong direction and trying to turn around. That is your immediate cue to just go. Because again, if we can get this ball around this guy, now we have a 2v1 against the only player that's back, and we're in a much better situation. And again, we just wait so long. And then we just end up hitting the ball forward. Like, we don't even do anything. Like, we have patience here, which isn't the worst thing, because that guy did recover terribly. But if you're gonna be patient here, your plan should be to control the ball, not do this.
Not wacky. Okay.
Yeah, because all that does then is just give it back to your opponents.
Okay.
More awkward toggling of ball cam here. That's the only thing bad about this part. Honestly, this is another opportunity to deny the space. As soon as I see this, and this is key. So this ball, right? It's not doing anything special. We know it's just gonna fall back down to the ground. So at this point, I need my basic rule with when I look at other players and when I look at the ball is I'll look at the ball whenever I don't know exactly where it's going to go. Like if it's going to bounce onto a surface a little weird, and I don't know exactly where to expect it to go, I'll look at it then. But if I can tell exactly what's happening with the ball and exactly where it's going to go, my immediate objective is I need to look at who is going to be the next person to contact the ball and where are they coming from. Because wherever that person is coming from is going to tell me where I need to go. So if I see, like, let's say this guy's further back, and I see him just full sprinting forward, and he's clearly gonna drive into this ball, and he's coming from this corner. I know, hey, that ball is probably gonna end up, like, in our corner, or somewhere in our half. So yeah, me being back here, that's smart. But if I see this guy in the midfield doing nothing, and this guy currently flipping to, presumably, you know, who cares about the ball, I guess. He is getting this boost, I'd imagine. If I see this, I have full boost, I'm like, yep, no shot. There is no way I'm letting you get this boost while this ball is just bouncing, and then give you control while I go all the way back to net. There's no reason for me to be back in net yet. I am not giving you the space on the field to do what you're about to do. And you'll see, he already picks up the boost, now he stops, now he jumps. Oh, now he's like, oh shoot, I got the entire field, well what am I doing? And he just catches it, and now we're in a really awkward spot. Whereas that entire play would have been eliminated if at this moment you just recognized, hey, I'm just gonna go. And again, just because you're going, don't need to actually challenge. You can fake challenge. Because you are able to change your mind, but we just don't want to give him this, this knowledge. And the second thing, with this, so, okay, you go all the way back. We can still rectify the situation at the point like right around now. Okay, I see my teammate coming back. He's clearly going to be behind me. I don't want to allow any kind of control here, because maybe you're like, okay, what if he was actually going for a touch and the ball was going to land on him, and it was going to roll into our corner? Sure. So you accidentally back off. Now we see, okay, he's clearly going to try to do something weird with it. I have a teammate coming back. This is my opportunity now to turn quickly, and again, deny this space.
Plus, I've lost all momentum there, so if I was to try and defend now, I'd be begging for him to hit it directly to me, because I can't defend either side apart from what's in front of me. Correct,
because you've also turned and faced the play, which means anything going to the back post, you're toast. Yep, especially hard drift turns into net is something you want to avoid, because it number one, shuts off all your momentum. Number two, eliminates basically any possibility of defense except for what's right in front of you. And then right here, this one's a bit awkward because you don't know exactly what to expect. What I would probably do here, I wouldn't, if I'm seeing he's taking it into the air, I'm not driving forward anymore. I'm just going to jump straight from where I am. Because the closer I get to the ball, the harder I have to work to get up into the air in time. If I just jump from further back and then use my aerial to get up to where I need to, I have more time to adjust. Plus, since I have a teammate behind me, if I miss or something goes wrong, we're good. But I don't want to just throw myself out of the play accidentally like we do here by just getting too close. So right here, we got an awkward bounce. Admittedly, we're in a bad spot because this ball is bouncing awkwardly. They have boost. This isn't great. The one thing I would recommend for you right here is you know you have a teammate, and if you look at them for 2 seconds, you see them going back, you can already imagine that their objective is that they're going to take that boost. So knowing that that's probably what's going to happen, immediately when we notice that, we should just go rotate pads. And from this position, I would probably just recommend going like boom, keeping an eye on the play at this point, like knowing where it's going. And then either, if it's like dangerous that we need to get back to the net quickly, we'll go here and then be back post. If we have a bit more time, we can go out here and then again check again. If we still have time, now we can go all the way out to the corner and turn. If we don't have time, now we can go here. And this is why taking pads is so important, because it allows you to be very fluid in when you decide to stop taking boost and when you can go for the ball. Because if you're committing to a big boost, you're locked in. Like, that's what you're doing, and you're not going to be able to turn or do anything else until you get that boost because you're on 0. If you're taking pads, you could take this pad and you could turn if you needed to. Granted, only on 12 boost, but you could turn. You could keep driving, and you could take this pad, and again, you could turn back to net if you needed to, with this time with 24 boost, and you'd get one more as you're heading back. But if you still have time, now you're good to go ahead and go, okay, cool, now I got 100. And now you're good. But it's just that ability to be fluid in your decision-making and really keep your options open. The more options you are able to cover, the more effective you will be. The second you minimize the options you can cover by, like, tunnel visioning on one single idea, is the moment that your opponents are going to destroy you, because you're just kind of toast. Again, cheat up on these kickoffs. I know you're worried because of overtime, but yeah, cheating up. Because again, in this situation, if the ball kills and the opponents cheated, which they did, look at the position you're going to be in. Like, you are facing straight forward, and they'll just be coming at you with a dribble. So yeah, very bad spot to find yourself in. And again, because of how far back you are, there's no passing option now. Like, there's just nowhere for your teammate to go with this ball, because you're just miles out of the play.
Oh, yeah.
So now, instead of, like, imagine if you were in the midfield, this is a simple pass past this first man right to the teammate, and, like, look where that ball goes. Like, now you're in the play. But if you were closer, this could have been a much easier attempt.
Yeah, and then I was just too low there. I was just too low.
Yeah. And this
Should've went a little higher.
Yeah, this is, I think you just throw yourself too quickly at this ball, and this is again about recognizing the position the defense is in. Like, he's facing this way as this ball bounces, so he's not really in a position that he can turn and challenge it. So you don't need to go at light speed. You can take your time and actually set up. Like, going for shots is totally different than, like, challenging the ball along the walls. Because when you're just challenging the ball and you're just trying to get a touch, going fast is great, because you're really not uber concerned, because you're just trying to hit the ball in a general direction. But when going for shots, it's really important that we take stock of where the opponents are and what they can do, so we know how hard we need to work to put this ball on target.
Fair.
Because we could be a little more patient with this. Because we're gonna win this race anyway because of how awkward he is. But if you took a little more time and actually worked your way around this ball and actually was able to put a shot on, this is a goal, because this guy's crept forward. So all you need to do is put this ball on target, and it's a goal. As long as it's not the weakest thing on the face of the planet. But because you
trust me, it would have been.
But because you go at light speed, you just don't even give yourself a chance, and then you just I think you lose focus and don't focus on your recovery because you just faceplant into the wall. This is another thing that you can really focus like when you're playing games, and just really focus like whenever you go up for the ball, regardless of what the outcome is, you should always have a plan of how you're going to recover out of it. You should never go up for a ball without knowing how you're going to get away from the play once it's over. Because here, obviously you want to get back in the play, but right now you're getting caught ball watching instead of thinking about how you're going to recover, and you just don't. Like, your brain just stops thinking about anything about recoveries, and you're just like, oh gosh, ball. And that's all you're thinking about.
Yeah.
But in reality, like, yeah, oh gosh, ball is going back towards our half. But the only reason that's dangerous is if you don't recover quickly.
Oh, yeah.
Because now, imagine if you recovered ever so slightly faster. Like, let's look at this whole play. Yeah. If you were just a little bit faster on this recovery. You land smoothly. Like, you would be probably you'd be at least at that boost pad right now. And yeah, you would be right on him. Yeah, you would have definitely been in a position to get that demo, as opposed to being that far away. So yeah, that's the minuscule differences that solid recoveries makes, and it can be the difference between getting the demo and giving up too much space to your opponents. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I do hope you guys enjoyed this video and got something out of it. If you did, make sure you click that subscribe button right down below so you make sure you don't miss any future Rocket League content. And if you'd like a replay analysis done on your own gameplay, make sure you check out my Discord, which I'll have linked down in the description, where I do offer free coaching just like this. And as always, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. See you later, guys.